Hello. Today we're gonna review a movie called Default, which came out in 2018, directed by Choi Cook-hee, show one of the fictional illustration of situation behind IMF and financial crisis of Korea in 1997. So the important characters in this movie is Han Shi-hyun, which is a senior financial analyst at the Bank of Korea, which cooperated with government to handle down this situation regarding financial crisis in Korea. And she actually represent a part of government that actually become a conflict with another part of government that is trying to save Korea without going to IMF, because going to IMF will lead huge damage to the government itself and nation. So she's trying to save the country handing without getting help from the outside force. And Yoon Jung Hak, he's not really a smart character or at all, but he's type of character who sees this type of flow of financial crisis and actually lead to a road of reach. So he's a former employee of non-banking financial institution, which is kind of important in this movie. And he predicts this financial crisis of South Korea and get those investors to support him and invest money into basically betting that Korea is gonna collapse and gonna fail. And the third character is Kapsu. He represents a middle and low class of South Korea, and he's one of those people that get most amount of damage by this IMF situation with the financial crisis, and he also suffered due to dishonored bill situation in Korea. So what is this dishonored bill crisis and everything? So this movie basically start from the 1990s in Korea, where they were getting so many foreign money from other countries such as Germany, where people go there as a minor and take those foreign money, and how Korea's GDP goes so much, and they're basically on their golden era. And however, it kind of shows the foreshadowing of the country collapsing. And this country collapsing happened due to this note bill on the left side of the image, where people get the note that you'll get this money from a bank, from the bank, and give it to a non-banking financial institution, and they are getting loan from the foreign country with low rate of interest to loan that money to people who request with this note bill in a lower rate of interest compared to the actual national banking institution. And this sounds really good, as all foreign country is getting their money back with the interest, and also non-banking financial institution is also getting with certain profit. And then also if the business flourish, then all of them gonna get profit. However, this has a critical weakness in this system, where if the one bridge of this continuous chain break, then it will lead to full collapse of entire system. And as we know, the Yoon Jung Hak, he predicts this system with the board behind him as is seen in the picture, and show that the financial crisis is gonna lead to a Korean currency having being nearly worthless, and that's why they have to buy a American dollar, basically converting the Korean money into US dollar. And at this moment, the single US dollar costed basically 2,000 won in Korea. No, 1,000 won in Korea, which by today is still higher than this converting rate. showing that Korea has not like fully recovered, even though they has paid all of their debt from IMF. So this financial crisis, as predicted, really happens, and people like Kapsu, who always pay a large amount of bill with this note bill, become not able to get their money back because everyone is trying to get their money out from a bank with this note bill, and they basically become bankrupt. And as this business fail, the foreign company which loaned the money to a non-banking financial institution needs their money back, so they stop doing business with any of this Korean country, especially leading to Korea's national foreign currency to just get outshadowed by amount of debt they have by a foreign country. Because of this led to government deciding whether to go for the IMF or not. And on the other hand, as we seen, the Han Shi-hyun actually asked for a cooperation from a citizen to go through this situation. However, the other part of government is fully attracted towards doing an IMF and basically changing Korea. And this movie also led to one of those conspiracy theory that Korea government was actually trying to go for an IMF, not allowing middle low class to stay alive, and taking profit from there and trying to recreate this reputation system in Korea, kind of showing that they're actually intending to go to IMF but telling those citizens that they're not going. However, the condition that IMF give to Korea was really harsh and nearly impossible for citizens to survive from it. After the IMF, it showed that many people, including CEO of Kapsu, is not able to stay alive in the stable life, and them just giving each other this dishonored note bill that cannot be converted to real dollar or real money, which led to many suicidal cases. There is a historical context of this 1997 financial crisis. There is not only just one government's fault in this actual situation. The reason was that a lot of company were trying to create a lot of branches for nearly no reason and no financial stability in order to just expand their business without taking any risk, thinking their country is currently in the stable status. However, this will lead to many foreign debt in country, also pouring into this IMF situation. And also, this IMF situation did not just happen in Korea, but throughout whole Asian country, starting from the Taiwan's baht currency being worthless. It kind of foreshadowed all of this situation. Not saying, suggesting that there's more issue, not just the government's fault about this situation. However, this movie suggests that the government is not always in hands of citizens, and they often choose a way to create more profit for themselves, not thinking about the citizen. And also showing that there is always risk in when things are happening really optimistic. Thank you.